friends, welcome back. Today I am starting this video out in the car because I'm sitting in front of the store. We need a good restock. As you guys know from my last video, we were prepping for a beach trip and we just got back from that trip and my refrigerator is looking a little bit bare. Our trip was really great though. We went to Chincoteague Island, Virginia. We are from central Pennsylvania and we've been there before. It's just such a cozy, quaint little island town and lots of fun things to do as a family there. We just had a great time and of course enjoyed the food that you saw me prepping in the last video. So today I'm going to take you along with me. We are just going to go check out Aldi. That's where I'm sitting right now. I like to go to Aldi whenever I'm doing more like a weekly grocery trip. You all know I do bulk grocery trips as well. Unless it's a busy week, I will do a Walmart pickup order. But I definitely am always looking for a good deal, trying to stay in a good budget for our groceries as a family. And so we're going to go in to Aldi, check out, of course, their seasonal stuff, and we will stock up for what I'm missing out on in my refrigerator. So we are going to head into Aldi. Of course, we will check out their seasonal stuff, get stocked up, and then I'm going to prep a couple of things for this coming week, and we'll do that together. Nothing too crazy today, of course, just coming off of vacation. I'm not going to, overkill and do too much, but I am going to get a few things ready for this coming week. Their strawberries are $1.65 and they were the same price when I was here last, so they must be on a good roll with the prices for these. So I'm gonna cut some of these up, I think, for this week, just for snacking. We love fresh mangoes and they are 85 cents. I'm gonna pick out the best of them. There are a few that don't look the greatest, but these will be great to eat in the next day or two. Cauliflower is $2.95 and I love cauliflower like raw to snack on with some dip. We are going to use some green onion in a recipe that we're gonna make up. I always like to look for asparagus that looks skinny and it always comes out so much more tender that way. So I'm gonna pick some of this up. We'll do it in the oven for a meal this next week. They have a few things here that I'm guessing are kind of centered around dorm room type things, but I love this. It's like a checkered comforter. I almost said duvet, but comforter. And they have a few other colors as well, like the stripes on that one. And then they have like some body pillows and things like that. They have a salad spinner for $9.99, and actually I rarely use this for salad because a lot of the salad I purchase is pre-washed, but I do love to use this to wash my berries like raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. It works so well, so love mine for that. They have a few desk organization pieces, and I know that Walmart actually has something super similar to this right now that is, I believe, over $15. So this is a good deal for sure, and it spins really nicely. This is a fantastic deal for scissors, $4.99, and there's 4 pairs in here, and they have 4 different colors. Kind of think I'm gonna get this green set. I like this. We are in need of some more scissors in our house again. This is a new line of stuff for sure. It's a pet line, so if you have some furry friends, first they have some pet themed doormats. They've got pet beds. They have this cat activity tree, and they come in, it looks like 2 different designs. And then they have storage bins that are very cute. I love the prints on these for your pet foods. They've got, what are these things called? The scratchers. I don't have a cat, so I'm a little unfamiliar, but it's just interesting that they have some pet products. Hey friends, summertime is usually a time for me to slow down, and during this slow season is a great time for me to take a check on my mental health. When life and emotions aren't moving so fast, I'm able to take a step back and evaluate where I'm at emotionally and mentally. I've always found that these quieter moments are perfect times to reflect on busier times of the year. It's in these slower times I realize that it's so helpful to get a good therapy session in, and where I might need some extra support or advice in different areas of my life. One of the biggest ways that therapy has helped me is to give me a fresh perspective on my routines and time management. When I start to feel overwhelmed or stressed out, it's often because something is off in how I'm managing my time. Working with a therapist has helped me pinpoint those stress points and help me get back on track. And when my stress goes down, I can feel my overall health improve so much. So as I have actually shared with you all in the last couple of months, I have definitely been learning to say no in some areas of my life. And that is one thing that has helped me so much in this process, is to learn that it's not always yes. I'm a yes person by far, naturally. And then I get really overwhelmed because I said yes to too many things. My therapist has helped me to learn to say yes to the right things and no to things that just overwhelm me. That is why therapy has become such an important tool to me, and why I'm excited to partner with our sponsor today, BetterHelp. When you work with a therapist, they really take time to listen and to help you see things from a new perspective. They can guide you in understanding your stress points, making new routines, and giving you practical tools to make positive changes, just like I have. BetterHelp makes getting started with therapy easier than ever. You'll just fill out a quick questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist within as little as a few days. And if it doesn't feel like a right fit, you can switch your therapist at any time with no extra cost. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust to support you no matter where you are in your journey. I really encourage you to take this summer to slow down, check in with yourself, and give yourself time to rest. Therapy has been such a big part of that for me, and it might be just what you need to. Click the link in the description box below, or go to betterhelp.com/Adaline's Home to get 10% off your first month of therapy. I think I'm a little late for the bandwagon on this because it's very picked through. I would love this green set. However, I think I'm gonna grab one of these because they are cotton, and I've been looking for cotton pajamas. $9.99, crazy good deal. This is so unique. They have a blue one that would be geared towards boys, and then they have this one, but it is a journal. Because we homeschool, I already make binders every year for them with photos and things in them, but this is already done for you. And it goes all the way to 12th grade. It has little things in a pocket you can store like projects and things in. I just think that it's so special. Here is the blue one, like I mentioned, but they have notebooks. These are really fun little things to pop in there, some fuzzy ones. You can see the different ones they have. And then they have bento lunch boxes that look like they are great quality. Super crazy good price for that. They also have food containers and water bottles and backpacks and erasers and little storage bins, and then they also have lunch boxes over here. Since we're getting back into the swing of things after being away, I think these are gonna make a quick lunch since I don't have a lot prepared possibly for tomorrow. So I'm gonna get them. They're also on sale. This is sort of a random bit of information, but as you all know, I am a coffee lover by far. Recently discovered this. It is imported from Germany. It is vacuum sealed inside, and it is so delicious. I like a low acidity coffee, and this fits the bill for me, especially being rather affordable as well. Just really delicious. Highly recommend. Our favorite almond milk is the Aldi brand, even above the name brand. We just really love this one. Okay friends, I feel so restocked in our produce section. That's what I mainly needed, especially since I do a lot of bulk shopping for dry goods and pantry things and stuff like that. So I'm really happy with my finds, and I also feel so good to be home. As much as I love traveling, love vacation, you all know that I travel to see my parents in Florida quite a bit. I also am a homebody. I love my comfort and cozy and just things that are in my space, my books, my mugs, my PJs, my stickers, my paper crafting that you all know I love to do. I am just happy to be home. So I did find, like I said, a couple other finds. One of them is this scissors set. So whenever I showed you in the store, I didn't see this particular set. It is so adorable, and these are really good scissors. My kids are getting to the age where they're graduating from the little kid scissors and they want real scissors that cut well. They get frustrated with some of their projects because of the little kid scissors. So we are slowly replacing them, and for that price, this is just a perfect set. I also did get a pair of those PJs. I don't have them here right now, but you better believe that by tonight, I'm gonna wanna crawl into those for sure. And these mangoes, my daughters have been eyeing up ever since I walked in the door. I can't wait to cut them, and they're gonna just cut them and eat them probably today. But I did wanna show you all, I'm gonna insert a clip over top of this clip of me talking, but I want to show you all how to cut a mango in case you don't know. So basically all you do is take a sharp knife and you want to slice around the rather large pit or seed or whatever you want to call the thing in the center of the mango. Once you have that sliced off, you're going to take a knife and just cut kind of a grid pattern over the slice that you have sliced off, and then you can take that slice and kind of pop it with your fingers, and it gives this grid pattern, and you just can eat it like that. You can bite those squares right off of the skin, and it's a perfect summer treat. It kind of reminds me of eating watermelon off the rind. Same idea, just with mangoes. I did also pick up some of their 100% grass-fed beef. We just ran out with the beef that we took on our beach trip. And so we have, I think my husband said maybe 2 weeks until our next beef from the butcher comes. So I'm going to be limping along a bit with some beef from the grocery store in between here. So I got that, and I did pick up some chicken as well. We have a good amount of pork in the freezer yet. So meat is something I don't get all that often grocery shopping, other than I get chicken from the grocery store. All right, friends, so we are ready to do a little bit of prepping now, and I was just writing down a few things that I wanted to make, trying to get my thoughts together. And tomorrow evening we are having my family over. My parents are around visiting right now, and so we're gonna have them over for a campfire and some snacks. We're gonna go to a local blueberry festival for dinner and then come back and have some snacks. So I thought I would just go ahead and prep some things up for that as well. And if you hear some chirping in the background, we did recently get some parakeets, so I cannot control whether they decide to speak in this video or not, but you may be hearing them in case you're like, I think I'm hearing a bird. You are hearing a bird. So we are going to make up a everything but the bagel seasoning dip. And you all, if you've ever had everything but the bagel seasoning, it's so good on so many things. And I recently ran across this recipe. It only has 4 ingredients. It's super simple. And I'm excited to try it with pretzels. I feel like that would be really, really good with pretzels or the bagel chips. Oh, delicious. So we're gonna start out with I'm doubling the recipe, by the way, that I will leave links below. But we are gonna start out with a cup of sour cream. And for one recipe, it takes 1 pack of cream cheese, 1 8-ounce pack of cream cheese. But I'm doubling, so we've got 2. And I have let these sit out and get nice and soft. And these are full-fat cream cheese blocks. I think to give it that nice creamy texture, I decided to go for the regular. Also, if you hear my dishwasher, it is running in the background. Since I have been wearing my microphone more often, I feel like you guys are getting more of the real sounds of life in our household versus doing the voiceover, because a lot of times when I'm doing a voiceover, it's like late at night and I'm by myself, and so it's always quiet in the background. But when I'm wearing my mic, you get to hear the sounds of our home. This is so soft, it's like sticking to the packaging really, really well. Now the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of the everything seasoning per batch. So we need 4 for this, and I'm sure you could adjust this if you like a little more or a little less seasoning. And then the other thing the recipe calls for is parsley, fresh parsley, but I decided to go ahead and swap it out for green onion. I just feel like that'll add the green color, but stick with more of the onion flavors that are already in the everything seasoning. And I'm kind of mincing it a bit, not to anything really small, but cutting up the green onions into smaller pieces so it spreads throughout the dip better. Fresh herbs are the hardest thing for me to measure because I'm never sure if you're gonna pack the measuring cup, but I'm putting in a nice small handful, and then I'm gonna cut about this much again since we have 2 recipes here. It smells absolutely delicious. We are going to tackle a little bit of bulk baking today, and I found this recipe that I'm super excited to try out. You can make this gluten-free or use regular flour, one or the other. I will leave it all linked below, but we are going to make some cinnamon bun muffins. The pictures alone on the recipe sold me for sure, and they look really, really simple to make. So we're just going to add in our eggs and butter and sugar in the bottom of the mixer, and of course you could use a hand mixer or try to mix them by hand. It does take a little bit of elbow grease, but I'm gonna go ahead and use my stand mixer here. We have softened butter, which I left out in preparation for this. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my vanilla. Next, we're gonna add our sugar and our salt. To this, I'm going to add some baking powder, and I'm going to add the milk in slowly. I'm using a combination of almond milk and a little bit of heavy cream, but you can use regular milk or milk alternatives in this. And I'm going to slowly add in my gluten-free 1-for-1 flour. I have preheated my oven to 350. This is a mixture of a little bit of the gluten-free flour, some brown sugar, and some cinnamon, kind of like what you would mix up for regular cinnamon buns or sticky buns. And I have my little butter melting pot, and I've melted some butter in here. So we're just going to go ahead and put this in here. Just going to stir it together, making sure that all of the lumps are kind of smashed out. Now, I did bulk this recipe up by tripling the recipe, so it'll make a nice amount of muffins. Now, to put this together is going to be really simple. We're going to do a little bit of layering and then swirl it. So first, I'm going to put my muffin liners in, and this also gets a glaze on it. So we will work on our glaze while these bake. In the bottom of the muffin paper, you're going to put about half of your batter. Then we're going to put a little scoop of our brown sugar cinnamon concoction. And I don't want to overfill these, so I'm going to have to work with it here. Sort of layering it the best you can. So while those are baking, we're gonna go ahead and prep up a little bit of things that I need to cut up, do a little chop and chat together here. So I'm cutting these strawberries up. Number one, we love strawberries in our house, but I don't know if your children are like mine, but they will eat half of the strawberry and just think that the top part is not as good or something. So I find that if I cut the strawberries up, they get eaten, or more of the strawberry gets eaten if I'm the one that cuts the tops off. So what I want to do with these strawberries is, we have a big bag of granola that I had picked up at Costco on my last Costco run, and I have some yogurt that we got in our last bulk food shop video, some just vanilla yogurt. And we are going to go ahead and use these strawberries to make parfaits this week as a quick and easy breakfast, especially whenever my parents are visiting. Of course, we are going out and about and doing different things together as a family. So having something that's fast and easy, or even that my parents maybe would want to eat while they're here, is really handy. So the strawberry tops will go to our chickens. They love them as a fun little treat. And speaking of feathered friends, like I said, we just got some parakeets not long ago, and they have been so fun. They are my one daughter. She got them for her birthday, and we're thinking about getting some more, actually, just because my other daughters feel like it would be fun to have parakeets. So we have been loving learning all about them and just learning how to care for them and keep them nice and healthy. That has been so fun. And you can train them to do fun little things as well. They're just such great pets. Also, another little tip I have is to keep your berries in an airtight container. And I actually have a video that goes into how to keep groceries longer. It was a video I filmed about a year ago. I will try to link that below for you all if you want to know how to keep certain things for more than a week. There are certain things you can keep, depending on how you store it, for up to like 2 weeks, which is really, really great. And through seasons of life where I have done more like monthly shopping trips and things like that, it's very helpful to have that knowledge under your belt. To make the glaze for the cinnamon bun muffins, I have about a cup of powdered sugar in here. We're going to add some almond milk, about 2 tablespoons of almond milk, and a splash of vanilla. Then we'll just whisk this all together, and if you need to add a little more milk to it, you can as well, if you want to thin it out just a bit. The way that these are making my house smell is unreal. If you want your house to smell like cinnamon buns without all the work of cinnamon buns, my husband is mowing and you can definitely hear the mower, but amazing, amazing. I can already tell you these are going to be so good. So my husband just came in from mowing outside and saw what I was whipping up over here, took one bite. He said, I'm just gonna have a bite. I don't think I'm in the mood for something sweet. Took one bite, came walking back around, took another bite, and then he just decided he was taking the whole thing with him. These are absolutely delicious. My children have approved, and they are a great hack to not going through all the bother of letting the cinnamon roll dough rise and all the steps that go with that. This is just one way to hack through that, make the same dessert. I want to try making them with a sticky bottom, like a sticky bun, because that's what I grew up eating a lot more of. To be honest, I think it would work perfectly, just realizing how sticky a lot of the brown is here as well.
But all of that to say, I'm happy with what I got whipped up today. I'm glad you came and spent the afternoon with me and we could just prep some things together and chat a little bit, catch up, check in, and hopefully I inspired you a bit to either meal prep or possibly to go to Aldi and pick up something there, get a great deal. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, check out the information in the description box below, and I will see you all in my next video.